So hello guys, welcome to the latest patch notes of Oaken Tower. We're at Season 2 now, and the official duels release will now go through the patch 0.5.4. Season 2 begins and new duels mode. So there's the official release for the duels. In duels you also can play ranked. And yeah, you have separated ranked leaderboards with 14 items unique to duels, so you won't find them in solo mode. That's important to know. We get a new encounter in the duels mode, that's this here, with 23 unique options to buff you and your partner that are very random and can be very handful. So you could discuss this with your partner. So you can create a match or join, or also find a partner so you can play with a random partner. There are also emotes. And I played some rounds of duo and had a very good time playing it. It makes a lot of fun climbing the ladder, trying out different builds, helping out each other, and discussing things. Yeah, so give it a try. So Season 2 begins. What does this mean? The end of season rewards. So everyone who participated in Season 1 will be rewarded with the Birch Tower skin, which was exclusively before, you couldn't get it anymore, and player titles up to your end of season rank. So Season 1 Grandmaster, Season 1 Diamond, whatever you reached this Season 1. And there was a huge debate about the rating system. It got reworked heavily because it was very easy to reach the Grandmaster in Season 1 because it needed a lot of skill. You have to put in time. So now it's different. As you can see, random perks gains you plus 10% rating each, and also the average enemy rating above below 500 of you is plus minus 20%. And you'll see that the higher you get, the higher you have to finish the game to get plus rating. So in Grandmaster rank you have to reach 9 wins to gain 0 rating, or 10 wins to gain 15 rating. Or for example in Emerald, where I'm at the moment, you need 7 wins for 0 and 10 wins, for example, for 55 rating. So that's a huge change to the system. So it will be a lot harder to reach Grandmaster or higher ranks in this season. Keep that in mind. So also now there's an improvement in the better UI for random packs. So now you can create it by clicking on that. And the rating boost, exactly. Yeah, there's some more item collabs and crossover with other games you love. Maybe Vampire Survivors, maybe Potato, I don't know. So player stats, so you can track all your crazy numbers. That's also coming next during Season 2. My question would be for the dev, how long will Season 2 be? That's important for climbing, for everything, yeah. And also there is a little preview to the Q3 content update, including a new set, Vampire, which probably will be with lifesteal, and new unlockable perks. So he's planning to give three new perks, and he says it's an update to be a mix of safe and reliable perks and some crazy high roll ones. I'm very interested in that and happy to see more perks, more unlockable things. And yeah, there's also some gameplay changes like we've seen in my my games that the healing touch from the priest on day 3 doesn't give you 100 HP plus. It only gives you 85% now, and losing a combat was 4 XP to winning a combat was 8 XP, and now it's 4 to 12. So now winning gives you more XP. So the last change makes tempo builds fall less behind because they are rewarded with more XP. So let's see how this plays out. And then we have balance changes to items in Season 2. The crook is getting really bad, but still reliable. You can still work with that. So now the cooldown is slower, less crit, and whenever this crits, gain 1 random vial and 2 random lesser potions on 2-star. And on 3-star, whenever this crits, gain 2 random potions. So that's less potions, or better ones. Maybe now the witch book, the arcane book, will get played more often. Yeah. Also the icy axe get a little bit of cooldown buff. Also Twilight's Edge get a cooldown buff. Marrow gets a cooldown nerf. Well deserved. Marrow is still pretty strong. The cold shot now costs less and makes more damage from the beginning on. Dusk shield has 30 shield more, but you don't want to go for the shield playing Dusk shield. The start of combat effect is what matters, so I don't think that's a huge change. The Dark Dagger Eclipse has a higher cooldown, 2.8, but costs less. So most of the time you're going for the Dark Sword because Eclipse was too expensive. I think this now changes it. Then we have the hook with a reduced cooldown, the simple curses with less damage. Here's also the change for the simple curses. So on trigger gain 1 random vial and 2 random lesser potions per unique debuff this has, and on trigger gain 1 random potion per unique debuff this has. So that's 2 potions. Well, maybe you still play the crook and not the simple curses. Yeah, Staff of Zeus changes. It now has 5 seconds cooldown, so it doesn't attack very often in a fight, but has 1 burn more. Okay. The Arcane Orb gets nerfed. It's now 5.2 seconds and 45 gold. That's a debuff for the simple curses, of course. Yeah. The Storm Guard, less shield, but the importance of the Storm Guard is to upgrade your storm damage, your shock damage. The Turnbound Ring, I still want to make a run with it. So now start of day permanently gain 10 damage. I think before it was 5, plus 5 damage. Wood chopping, more cooldown, okay. The Cauldron now less cooldown and potion change as well. And Frostbound lower cooldown. I don't think that was needed, to be fair. Frostbound was strong enough, I think. So changes for duo items, the Silver Ring, the Prismatic Shard and the Whetstone get a cooldown buff. We played some rounds of duos and think it's very hard to play with the shards, to play with the pass of items. So we end up building normal builds, like I would said, and don't play with the shards that much. I think this cooldown buff isn't enough to make this work. The Whetstone is something else. You can use it very, very good for duo mode, but I think the shards is still too weak. And yeah, some duos change lock. So now you can emote during combat, very important. Fixed connection issues, yeah, nice, nice. The Oak fight in duos now only fight with your board. Before it was with the 2 boards. Duo has been translated into all available languages, nice. Yeah, I think a good change would be that there's only one fight. So at the moment, as we played, the host plays one fight and the partner plays one fight, and they're differently. There's a different outcome, both of them. It would be better when the host would start the fight and the partner can only watch, so there's no need for two fights to happen. And projectiles are not destroyed when a new tower snaps in. Important, because sometimes you switch to the new tower and the projectiles flying instantly killed you. Yeah, there's some fixes to some various duos bug fixes. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the Season 2. Huge update, major update, especially for the ranking system and duos. Amazing update. I'm very hyped for this. Yeah, thanks guys for watching and see you in the next. Bye bye.